Imagine living in a space organized with the precision of ancient Egyptian masters, where every corner reflects balance, harmony, and purpose. Today, we're diving into how the ancients used space, ritual, and design, and how you can bring that same clarity into your modern home. Like and subscribe for timeless tips in every episode. From pyramids aligned to celestial bodies to grain silos calibrated for millennia of preservation, ancient Egypt was the epicenter of meticulous spatial order. They didn't just build grand monuments. They lived in homes and communities shaped around efficiency, ritual, and symbolic harmony. And guess what? You can weave those same principles into your cupboards, your workflow, and your morning routine. Ready to organize like an Egyptian? Let's go. Picture a traditional Egyptian home. A rectangular courtyard open to the sky, with rooms radiating outward. The courtyard served as a multi-purpose center for cleaning, socializing, and chores, while the surrounding rooms had singular functions. Your modern takeaway? Identify a central hub, your kitchen, living area, or den, and design the rest of your home to flow from it. Keep extra purpose spaces like laundry, storage, and workspaces placed off in the wings. That way, every space has context and intention. Then there were storage vessels and bins, clay amphorae and woven baskets, stacked, labeled, and sealed. Imagine your pantry not as a chaotic mess, but as a system of purpose. Use clear, airtight containers and label with permanent markers or tags. Arrange items by shelf life, cereal, and snacks for day-to-day access, and long-term staples on the top tier. And just like the Egyptians, keep a visual harvest list taped to a cabinet door to remind you when staples run low. Their architecture honored daily sunrise and sunset, rhythm and cycle. So it wasn't uncommon for scholars to rise with dawn, perform chores mid-morning in shaded courtyards, eat in shared chambers in late afternoon, and seek quiet in the cool of evening. Create behavioral architecture in your home. Morning zones near your coffee bar, noon checklist near your workspace, evening retreat with soft lighting. Link your space to your schedule. They also employed vertical space to stay cool and dry in the desert. Narrow windows open to the courtyard, breezes flowing through high ceilings and stone floors. In your home, bring that in via light shelves, high-mounted mirrors to reflect natural light, and ceiling fans positioned strategically for cross-breeze. Placing plants near windows can even replicate humidity control techniques used by the ancients. In ancient Egypt, the lair and cult statues were placed centrally for reverence, spiritual, and emotional anchors. You can have your own contemporary lararium, perhaps a gratitude corner with framed photos, meaningful artifacts, and a schedule board. This focal point establishes emotional geometry in your space and prevents clutter from invading other rooms. For organization, Egyptian scribes used logbooks and clay tags inscribed with content, date, and draft measure. Reproduce this with modular storage bins, your office archive labeled with contents and dates. CloudSync may have simplified tech, but physical labeling brings tactile reward and clarity, especially in drawers, bins, and cardboard boxes. They also carefully separated public space, the forecourt, and private inner sanctum. Entertaining happened in a comfortable but visible lounge near the entrance. Sleeping chambers were deeper inside. This balance between open and closed, public-facing and personal provincial, still applies. Arrange your home so guests only wander where invited. Even your home office can be a semi-public zone. Hallway dividers, shelving, or screens create a buffer between front door traffic and your professional realm. Like tomb designers building hidden passages to treasure, Egyptians built secret storage, granaries, and safes behind false walls in your world. That translates into designated hidden bins, under-bed boxes packed with out-of-season items, or a high cabinet storing valuables. The idea is purposeful storage, out of sight but easy to retrieve. Their homes also used color codes, whitewash walls for brightness, blue-tinged frescoes for the illusion of water, and red ochre for protective symbolism. Your home can echo with practical color design. Use color accents in storage areas to signal categories: blue bins for linens, red for tools, green for kitchen extras. It's organizational psychology embedded in interior design. In the same way, Egyptian fields were irrigated with canals and ditches, and their homes funneled rain through drains into cisterns. While we don't live on the Nile, we can design clean energy flows, group charging stations and cable hubs into one zone, central recycling and trash bins placed based on the flow of daily waste, laundry setups near teens, rest areas. These utility circuits prevent entropy. Even Egyptian kitchens were separated, so smoke, noise, and heat didn't invade the rest of the home. Adopt this by creating a clean line between prep and living. Use stackable pantry containers, roll-out cutting board trays, or a microwave stand that tucks. No more clutter marching across your counters. Finally, community spaces like the temple precinct served as multi-user work zones. Your kitchen table or DIY workshop can double as a gathering point, but define their use with trays, toolboxes, or mats, so cleaners and guests know where to leave the space, and you avoid frustration when someone leaves a screw behind. Through every architectural and domestic design choice, ancient Egypt teaches us that intentional living comes from combining function, ritual, aesthetics, and durability. Your modern home can echo that legacy by keeping public-private flow, vertical-horizontal balance, designated zones, and thoughtful labeling. When every item has context, every routine has space, and every moment has symbolism, you stop living in your home and start living by it. In addition to physical organization, the ancient Egyptians understood the importance of workflow through ritual and daily sequencing. Their homes and temples reflected routines set to the solar calendar, which helped maintain structure in both civic life and domestic activity. You can recreate this by programming your living space to guide your daily flow. Start with predictable stationing, a place for morning rituals like a tea setup, a midday refresh zone near a window with seating, and an evening wind-down area with books, low lighting, or quiet hobbies. By aligning your space with time rather than just activity, you ease decision fatigue and promote intentional living. For example, keeping your workout gear visible in a specific area subtly signals movement during a certain hour, just as priests in Egypt used incense and bells to mark time in temple processions. You can also mimic their clarity of storage by rotating items seasonally. Ancient Egyptians stored summer clothing or harvest gear in labeled baskets depending on the Nile's flooding season. Do the same with labeled containers for winter wear or summer tools stored in less accessible spots until needed. The organization then becomes cyclical rather than constant, giving your home a feeling of freshness and relevance. Another key takeaway from Egyptian domestic structure is the layered approach to access and permission. Inner chambers in both homes and tombs were only accessible to certain people or during designated moments. In a modern household, this can translate into privacy zoning and controlled access to specific resources. Use drawer locks, opaque bins, or closed cabinets to maintain boundaries in shared homes or family environments. Keep sensitive documents, medications, or electronics in high or locked storage while preserving easy access to everyday tools. Egyptians also maintained external order through decorative restraint. Most residential walls were plain white or earth-toned, only broken by symbolic motifs in key areas. This reduced visual clutter while allowing moments of personality to stand out. You can apply the same rule by choosing 1 or 2 accent points per room, like a patterned rug or framed print, and keeping the rest neutral. The contrast enhances focus and mood regulation. Even their writing tools and inks were stored in compact boxes with designated compartments, a model easily adapted to desk organizers or tool drawers. In short, Egyptian homes teach us that balance isn't about minimalism alone, but about hierarchy, clarity, and reverence for where things belong. By adopting ancient Egyptian organizational principles, hub and spoke layouts, clear labeling systems, vertical and hidden storage, and space aligned with routine, you reclaim not just space, but clarity. Make your home a temple of intention where every corner supports what you do and who you are. Thanks for watching. Let us know how you're reorganizing like an Egyptian in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more clever home design rooted in ancient wisdom.